Hello, hello, and welcome. Come on into class and get yourself settled. You are joining me today for the Simplify Supper Solution, a class where chaos meets order and where your kitchen can become the heart of a healthier, happier lifestyle. Now, in the next half hour or so, we are going to unpack the 4 keys to stress-free meal planning and prep. Now, I am so excited to dive into this topic with you all today because I am passionate about helping women to get organized at home with simple home cooking recipes, ideas, and tips so that you spend less time in the kitchen and more time on what matters most to you. Now, time and time again, though, I talk to busy women like you who are struggling with just so much stuff filling their lives and their calendars that they are completely overwhelmed at home and not even sure where to start with meal planning. My hope is that by the time we're done with this class today, you're going to feel equipped, ready, and excited to get started. But first, if we have never met before, or if this is the first time you've attended one of my classes, my name's Carrie Eatma, and my mission here at Easy Recipe Depot is to sprinkle fun into your kitchen adventures while helping you whip up delicious, stress-free meals that your whole family is going to adore. Now, I want to make meal planning easier and simplify your supper routine so that you can spend time on other things that you enjoy, like crafting or playing games with your kids. For over 10 years, via my websites, Easy Recipe Depot, Ideas for the Home by Canary, Clutter Keeper, and Messy Mama Crafts, I have shared quick recipes, crafts, and home organization tips with thousands of women to help them get organized and stay organized so that they have more time for what matters most to them. Now, my master's of social work from the University of Michigan, it might not scream kitchen guru to you, but it's all about empowering and uplifting you. Now, I've lived in Michigan for most of my life, and for the past 16 plus years, I've been married to my husband and business partner, Kent. Now, together, Kent and I, we have navigated the thrilling and at times kind of chaotic journey of meal planning, shedding a combined 60 pounds together in the process. Now, along with our 2 active boys and a scruffy mutt, we've turned meal planning from this dreaded chore into a delightful routine that brings joy and health to our table. And I'm here today to share how you can do it too. But before we jump into all of that, please take a quick moment to close any extra browser tabs, silence your cell phone, turn off your alerts, and really give yourself the next half hour or so to just focus on the information I'm sharing with you today. Now, there's also a workbook to help you follow along as I talk and to take notes about what you want to work on after this class ends. You should have already received it, but if not, you can also grab it right now at easyrecipedepot.com/supper workbook. And please don't worry if you don't have the workbook right now for some reason. Pen and paper are going to work great for taking notes today too. And of course, if something occurs to you later after this class, just email our culinary care team at support@easyrecipedepot.com and we're happy to help you. All right, it is a couple minutes past the start time, so let's dive into today's topic, shall we? If you're looking to transform how you approach meals and managing your bustling life, you are not alone. Now, many of us struggle with common dilemmas that make eating well and staying organized seem like this distant dream. So take a moment and tell me if this sounds like you. It's 6 p.m. on a Wednesday, and you find yourself frantically searching through the pantry and fridge, trying to just piece together a meal that's both nutritious and quick, all while juggling homework help and the bedtime routines. Now, you end up with another round of microwaved meals or just pricey takeout that just leaves you feeling guilty and unsatisfied. Or maybe you're the work hard, play hard type. You're squeezing in workouts in a social life after long work hours at the office. And the thought of planning and preparing meals, it feels just like one more daunting task on your endless to-do list. If you have ever sighed at a limp salad or a bland frozen dinner, wondering, Where has the joy of eating gone? You are in the right place today. Or perhaps you're here because you've been wanting to make healthier choices, but the abundance of diet advice and recipes online have just left you more confused than inspired. Maybe the produce aisle at the grocery store, it feels like this big puzzle that you can't quite solve. If you have ever thrown out veggies that went bad before you could even Google how to cook kale, we're here to turn that around today. Now, if any of these scenarios sounds like you, take heart, my friend, because you are exactly where you need to be. This class is designed to help you achieve a more organized, healthful, and stress-free approach to your meal routines. We're here to simplify supper time with easy solutions you can implement right now today. Because you see, I've been there too. As a busy wife, mom, and entrepreneur, I have juggled the daily challenges of keeping a family happy and a business afloat. Now, these two little guys you see here, they're now entering their teen years. And life is very, very full these days, to say the least, as you can imagine. So many nights we have been double or triple booked with activities. And before we started meal planning, we'd end up finding ourselves just rushed or short on time for dinner. We'd end up reaching for takeout and just easy convenience foods. Now, it wasn't long before Kent and I found ourselves facing the all too common midlife dilemma, expanding waistlines that seem to have a mind of its own. Am I right? Now, we were so frustrated with the number on the scale, but determined. We turned to meal planning as our anchor in this storm. And for us, it wasn't just about shedding the pounds, it was about embracing a new lifestyle of meal planning and low carb eating that brought balance, nutrition, and simplicity back to our table. Now, our journey at Easy Recipe Depot, it has not only led Kent and I to shed a collective 60 pounds together, but we've also gained countless hours back into our days, and it all started by making changes in the kitchen. Now, we did this through meal planning and low carb eating, but let me be very, very clear right now. I am not here today to brag or to tell you that there's one particular diet or plan that you have got to follow if you want to lose weight. In fact, this class, it is not about weight loss or specific diets at all. But instead, I'm just here to tell you about meal planning and meal prepping and how it made a huge difference in our lives and can make a difference in your life too. Because most of all, I want you to know that if Kent and I can do this, you can do it too. Kent and I and our small but mighty team here at Easy Recipe Depot, we're here to support you in your own journey, whether it's your goal to eat healthier, to achieve weight loss, to feed your kids and yourself better, more nourishing foods, or just to save time in your day and make your weeknights easier. Whatever your why is for why you chose to come to this class and learn how to simplify supper, please hear me when I say this. You can do this. So, now what are we going to cover in today's class? First, we'll talk about the benefits of meal planning and how once you put the life changing tips that I am sharing with you today into practice, it becomes this repeatable process and a habit that's going to feel like magic. Next, I'll go over our blueprint for successful meal planning in just 4 easy steps so that you can feel like a pro. Now, after that, we'll be ready to sharpen our kitchen knives and our pencils as I share the ins and the outs of meal prepping, why it's important, and 5 simple tips that you can implement this week to make it easier, faster, and more enjoyable for you. And then, fourth, we'll talk about making meal prep your lifestyle and how to get in the habit of doing this on a weekly basis. Then, at the very end, we will talk about how you can take the next step to simplify your supper routine with an easy solution. And I'll be sharing a very special invitation to sign up for our Easy Recipe Depot meal planning app. And best of all, our meal planning app, it is free for a limited time to everyone who's watching today's class. So make sure to stick around to the very end to find out how you can sign up today. So let's dive in, shall we? Meal planning, it isn't just about food. It's about giving yourself the gift of time. Imagine slicing through your hectic week with the grace of a well sharpened chef's knife, all because you have got a plan in your pocket and ingredients for all the meals patiently waiting in your fridge for their grand reveal. Now, it's not just about saving moments, it's also about savoring them. Now, as we chop, season, and store our meals, we're also decluttering our minds and our countertops. So, let's talk about how the magic of meal planning and how it can be a game changer in your life. First, it is all about saving time. Imagine reclaiming hours every week because you no longer have to wonder what to cook or you're no longer making last minute grocery runs. Meal planning, it streamlines your process, setting you up with a clear plan for the week and freeing you up to focus on what matters most. Next, it saves you money. Meal planning is your budget's best friend. By planning your meals, you can buy in bulk, reduce waste, and dodge all those expensive, impulsive takeout orders. It's strategic grocery shopping that's going to keep more dollars in your pocket. And finally, it empowers your health goals. With meal planning, you're in charge of your nutritional path. No more random snacking or calorie dense convenience foods. You'll have satisfying, healthy meals at the ready that align with your dietary needs and support your journey to well being. Now, every great chef knows that a successful dish begins with a solid recipe. Similarly, the cornerstone of meal prepping is a good plan. Now, this isn't about rigid schedules or color coded spreadsheets, unless that's your jam, of course, then go for it, my friend. But it's about a simple, effective meal plan that lays the foundation for your grocery runs and it takes the guesswork for you out of what's for dinner. And guess what? Shopping with a list, it isn't just about organization, it's about wallet conservation. By sticking to our plans and our lists, we buy what we need, use what we have, and we waste nothing. All right, let's simplify this blueprint for meal planning success with just 4 easy steps. And spoiler alert, you're gonna quickly notice the acronym MEAL for meal. So step number 1 is to map out your preferences. You're going to create a meal map for your week. So grab a pen and paper or your favorite digital app tool and sketch out your meals for the week. Consider each day's activities and then plan accordingly. So busy night, that's a perfect spot for like a quick prep meal. Now, I highly, highly recommend brainstorming a list of some of your family's favorite meals, the things they prefer to eat, and then keep that list handy for inspiration when you're mapping out your meal plan. It makes it so much easier. Now, you should also take stock of what you already have in your fridge, your freezer, and your pantry. Now, one idea is to theme your days too. Like you could have Taco Tuesday or Stir Fry Friday. Having a theme for each day can guide you in your meal plan, and it adds a little fun twist to your weekly eating routine. Now, the second step is to equip yourself with a shopping list. You're going to make your grocery list based on the meals that you've planned. Stick to your list to avoid the impulse buys. And again, remember to double check your pantry and your fridge first to use what you've already got in stock. Now, another time saving tip, organize your grocery list by the sections of the store. This is going to save you so much time because you are not bouncing around between all the different aisles to get what you need. Now, the third step is to act on prep steps. Set aside a specific time in your week to do meal prep. Now, I'll talk more about what meal prep is and how to do it in just a few minutes. But basically, you could think of this prep time is when you'll do the bulk of your cooking and assembling your food for the week. Think of it as your kitchen's like power hour or two, where you get ahead and prep all your suppers for the entire week. And then finally, the fourth step, L, is to launch dinner quickly because you have already done the planning, the shopping, and the prepping in those previous steps. So when it actually comes to supper time on, say, like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, you're going to be able to quickly do the final steps to just assemble the ingredients, saute, bake, or whatever that night's meal calls for to get a healthy dinner on the table in 30 minutes or less. Now, keep in mind, flexibility is key. Be ready to adjust. I mean, life happens. And sometimes you're just going to need to be able to swap meals around or make quick changes. Your meal plan, it's not set in stone, but it's a flexible guide that's there to serve you. Now, with your blueprint in hand, you are now ready to step into the heart of the home, the kitchen. Now, this is where the meal prepping magic happens. We'll fire up the oven, line up the cutting board, and perhaps get a pot or two bubbling away. Now, the goal here is to multitask efficiently without turning your kitchen into a culinary war zone. This means smart storage solutions like stackable containers and mason jars. And let's not forget the importance of a dedicated prep zone. So, now what exactly do we mean when we talk about meal prepping? Now, this is where you envision a strategy that turns your kitchen into a place of tranquility and efficiency. Now, it's that power hour or two in the kitchen that I mentioned to you earlier. Meal prepping, it is all about preparing components of meals or even entire dishes ahead of time. So this might mean looking at all the recipes you're going to make that week, then deciding to efficiently chop up all the onions, all of the celery, all the garlic for 6 different dinners. Maybe you're mixing together a marinade that you're going to pour over chicken, or you're browning some ground beef and assembling a casserole that you're going to later throw in the oven. Now, it's this proactive step that really sets the stage for you for a week of effortless home cooked meals, helping you to dodge the stress of last minute decisions and the lure of those unhealthy convenience foods. So, why should you meal prep? Because, my friends, it is a game changer. It's not just about saving time, although trust me, it does that brilliantly. It's about giving ourselves breathing room to enjoy our evenings, to spend less time cleaning up and more time connecting with our loved ones. Now, it's also about nourishment, ensuring that we feed our bodies with balanced, home cooked meals that support our health goals and keep us energized. Now, here are some tips to make meal prepping easier and more enjoyable. First, timing is everything. Set aside a block of time for meal prepping that works for your schedule. Now, for many people, Sunday afternoons are ideal for this. It's usually a quieter day when you can prepare for the week ahead. But choose a day and a time that fits within your lifestyle. And generally allocating probably like 1 to 3 hours, it should give you enough time to prepare a substantial amount of food without it feeling like this big full day commitment. So remember, this isn't about taking time away from your weekend. It's about investing a few hours of your weekend so that you can save many, many more hours throughout the week. You're creating a pocket of time for future you to just relax, knowing that the question of what's for dinner, it's already answered. Second is to batch cook like a boss. When you're cooking grains, proteins, and veggies, make extra. These can be mixed and matched to create different meals throughout the week, cutting down your cooking time significantly. Become a master of multitasking. While these onions are sauteing on the stove or you're waiting for the water to boil, you can be cutting carrots or mixing up a marinade. Third, have the right tools for the right task. Now, I highly recommend that you invest in a good set of knives, a spacious cutting board, and high quality storage containers. These tools will make the process smoother and keep your food fresher. Fourth, love your leftovers. Pour some thought into your meal planning and get creative with the leftovers. For example, a roast chicken, it can be turned into a savory soup, a hearty salad, and filling for enchiladas. Now, this approach, it not only reduces waste, but it also adds variety to your meals. Plus, leftovers make healthy lunches too. Now, my dad, he once said to me, he's like, a sandwich is just what you make when you don't have any good leftovers. And then for the fifth tip, prep and pack immediately. Once your meals are prepared, portion them into containers right away and then make sure to label your containers with what meal it's for. Now, I just use a Sharpie marker and masking tape for my labels, but you can get fancy if you want to. This step, though, it's crucial. It's the storing simplified part. You are going to thank yourself on those busy weeknights when you can just open the fridge, grab, heat, and enjoy. And remember, while the oven is doing its job and the grains are simmering away, that's your moment to slice, dice, and pack, creating a harmony of flavors and foods ready to serve at a moment's notice throughout the week to come. And don't forget to make this fun too. Crank up some tunes, get your whole family involved, and make this a meal prepping party. While you're at it, maybe even whip up a batch of cookies or a delicious dessert that you can enjoy throughout the week in reasonably healthy portions, of course. Now, you might be thinking, Carrie, this sounds great, but will I really stick to it? Here's the thing. Meal planning and prepping, it isn't a one size fits all. It's about finding a rhythm that fits with your individual lifestyle. It's about building this habit piece by piece until it's just as natural as scrolling through your phone. One thing to keep in mind is that building new habits, it takes time. A study led by Philippa Lawley, PhD from the University College London, found that when we're building a new healthy habit in our lives, it takes an average of 66 days before it becomes something effortless and routine to you. Now that's more than 2 months. So I urge you to be intentional as you get into meal planning and don't give up. And when life throws a curveball, because it will, we adapt. That's where having an essential tool like our Easy Recipe Depot meal planning app, it shines as your culinary co-pilot, keeping your plans nimble and your fridge full. Now remember, this is about embracing a healthy lifestyle change that's going to bring order to chaos, balance to the busy, and joy to your dinner table. So now it's time to decide how you're going to take action on what you've learned today. Are you going to A, keep doing what you've been doing, scrambling to get dinner on the table night after night, feeling overwhelmed, tired, and stuck with convenience food and takeout? Or B, start actively putting these practices of meal planning and prepping to use with pencil and paper. You'll find I've included a weekly meal planning template in your workbook for you to help make this easier. Or C, you can go all in with me today and try a totally new way to plan and prep your meals, which is why I want to personally invite you to join our Easy Recipe Depot meal planning app. It's the solution you need to simplify supper. Think of it as the cherry on top of your newly organized life Sunday. And best of all, it is totally free. With our free app, you get done for you meal plans with all of the recipes, grocery lists, and prep ahead steps you need in one easily accessible spot. The Easy Recipe Depot meal planning app is not just a tool, it's designed to be your partner in this transformative process. Now, our app, it isn't just giving you over 1,600 different recipes, it's a comprehensive guide and your personal assistant in the kitchen. With the Easy Recipe Depot app, you will unlock the full spectrum of benefits that we have discussed today, including seamless organization. It's all your weekly meal plans, grocery lists, and step-by-step instructions. They're organized for you in one convenient location. No more scattered Post-it notes or last-minute grocery runs. You're going to be able to access it from your computer, tablet, or mobile device. Time and money efficiency. Our app, it streamlines your shopping, helps minimize food waste, and ensures that the bulk buying and prep ahead work that you do, it translates for you into real savings, both in terms of time and your wallet. Health and harmony. With our carefully curated meal plans, you're choosing a path of well being. Now, these aren't just meals, they are building blocks for a healthier lifestyle chosen by you and for you. You can tailor your plan to match your tastes and your dietary needs, including AIP, keto, low carb, paleo, gluten free, vegetarian, and more. And of course, if you're not on a specialty diet of any kind, you have got the full gamut of home cooked, real food recipes available for you to try. A personalized touch. Now, the basic version of our app, it is completely free, ad-supported experience that ensures you have got access to all of the essential features and benefits that we talked about today. But for those who prefer more of an uninterrupted experience, our standard plan without ads is available for a small monthly subscription fee. Now, if you're ready to get started right now for free, it is super simple to sign up. There is no credit card required. Just visit easyrecipedepot.com/start to sign up for your free membership today and bring the ease and excitement back into your mealtime. Now, we are so excited for you to start this meal planning journey. Try out our free app, see what a difference it can make for you, and feel the empowerment that comes from knowing your meals and by extension, your entire life, they're in your control, one delicious bite at a time. Now, remember, whether you decide to plan out your nightly dinners for the week on paper or try our free meal planning app, this is not just about meal planning. It's a stepping stone to a holistically organized life. Now, meal planning, it is your solution to simplifying supper time. When you know what you're going to eat and when you're going to eat it, it sets the foundation for organization throughout the rest of your life too. So why wait? Sign up for the free Easy Recipe Depot meal planning app now and taste the transformation. Thank you so much for joining me today.